Oh, I mean, the quick answer is no, obviously. No, D&D is not a community. That is a marketing term used to, try to overcome years of D&D and other role-playing games being accused of, being too subversive or satanic or occultish or whatever it is that is the buzzword of the day. They want to make sure people think it's family friendly, and so they'll dress it up in terms like community. Oh, you're joining a community. This is an idea that has spread across much of fandom, which is another term, is kind of an unreal thing. But, I guess it becomes real as people buy into it and declare themselves a member of a thing, kind of, but like, you can like something, you can be a hobbyist, but a community is a group of people who live around each other, much as a family are people who are actually related to each other and share a common genetic destiny. For marketing purposes, we've created this world, though, where we'll treat friends as family, family as pariahs, and a mutual like for a child's game as a community online, while never actually talking or knowing any of our actual neighbors. I don't know. It's just something, I guess, to consider. Woke up this morning, pour a cup of coffee, have a cigarette, look at the phone, clear off email notifications. There's a couple notifications on Twitter, which even though I kind of don't really look at Twitter much at all anymore, I'll at least open it up long enough to clear the notifications so it doesn't have the little red dot. God forbid there's a little red dot with a number in it on my phone. And, at least kind of, can't help but see what the notifications are over. And this morning it was a couple of them of people acting extremely giddy over the fact that Warhammer 40K had a cameo in a new episode of Archer. And, oh my God, that is just, it's so fake sounding. If those are real people, my God, what kind of people are you that are that excited to see a placed advertisement for a thing you happen to like in a television show? It'd be like people who like Coca-Cola, getting all like, oh my God, look, because you can see a can of Coke in Dana's refrigerator in Ghostbusters when she opens her fridge to meet Zool. Just because, how am I supposed to take shit like that serious? How am I supposed to take someone who acts like that serious? How am I supposed to assume that's not a fake account? And that's not a fake person, or is someone who's somehow associated directly with the brand? Why would anyone voluntarily act like that? It just kind of boggles me. But I guess that's just me. I don't know. D&D is not a community. That, like I said, that's an advertising ploy to make you all feel like you're doing something because you're signing up, for a website, or you're decided to follow someone's Twitter account or Facebook account or whatever, so that you can keep getting notifications, which are basically you're just signing up for ads. And join the community on Palladium's website means signing up for a weekly newsletter. All these, it's just a marketing scheme. Being football fans isn't really a community. Depending on the scale of what you're talking about, those few teams that are actually focused in a specific city, and the people of that specific city, get together over their football team, there's more of an argument there, for an actual honest to God community. But role-playing game people, and specifically, we're pretty fucking scattered, in a big city you can get, you might get maybe 3 or 4 dozen people all together at once, if you're fucking lucky. And to do what? They're nerds. Half of them are terribly socially awkward with each other. Some of them are going to be really strange people. Role-playing games don't just only attract one personality type, but it's an interesting collection of personality types that they do attract. And now it's just being sold more as a community activity, I guess maybe this is just kind of part of the I don't know. I don't know how much you can blame it on like cultural shifts that have been caused by the years of lockdown and all that kind of stuff. Because it's like this was already in the making going up towards then. I think, unfortunately, a lot of it, at least in how it's currently manifesting, is just we have an extremely infantile batch of adults emerging into adulthood now. And I guess, yeah, just, kids raised on Teletubbies and stuff like that. They're trained to just like, I recognize the shape on the screen, kind of stuff. If you notice, like the people who manage to like actually say they like a lot of these modern woke shows, like the new Star Treks, they don't ever compliment it for the ideas or the plots. It's just because they see something that vaguely resembles themselves on the screen. So that's troubling on a lot of levels. Wasn't it used to be said that like the thing that was going on during the 90s and such, of the changes in how schooling was being done, and how like companies were coming in and sponsoring the cafeterias and putting snack machines, and then on wanting adjustments to how the schools are like presenting courses and such, in return for the money, and all that was just so they can create a dumber, easier led generation of consumers who like have been distracted with play pretend activism, largely pointing at subjects that have already largely been resolved in many cases, or in other cases are kind of like, red caping a bull to distract them and so that they don't actually ever really address the thing that they're complaining about, and instead are kind of caught and are just tricked into a new way to just buy more stuff from them. My whole Pentex Green idea. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not really sure what else to say. I haven't even finished my coffee yet. God damn it! Look at that. Cold coffee. That's also like, how the fuck did we end up in this fucking timeline where like I'm drinking cold brew coffee now? Like, they're just. Am I in Berenstain universe and I'm like the lone survivor from the Berenstain timeline? I don't know. But, man, what a dog patch continuum this is. Stay waspinated.